welcome back to the Halloween edition, 2025 of the Dirty Verdict Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Peter Taaffe, joined as always by Kyle Herbert.
Thanks, Peter.
First, and Bill Ogden, the other co-host.
Kind of a big deal.
And so every year we do this Halloween edition. We're always joined with our favorite guests, Mark Thiessen, Mark Metzger. Thanks, guys, for coming.
Which one's which?
Yeah, no one. Well, we know who Michael Myers is over there.
So for those of you listening at home, now is the time you understand that the Dirty Verdict Podcast is truly a visual medium.
It's true. Yeah,
you go check us out on YouTube.
Watch this on YouTube, no doubt. And we're missing Tally, which I'm sure a lot of people are wondering where Tally is tonight.
She's stuck in mediation, but yeah, I was hoping that she'd make a cameo, but no, she doesn't pull the hard stop. I always tell her, I'm like, just tell me you're walking at 7, like I'm gonna walk. She's like, no, I'm gonna sweat him out.
Yeah, good.
Because it's a thing to understand when you stand up in a mediation and say, I have a podcast where I have to wear a costume, that is sacrosanct. You can't violate that trust.
If I had $1 for every time I thought about Tally Thiessen dressed as Teen Wolf, I would have work today. I'll tell you how to.
Like $3 or $4 maybe.
So $4. It's a family law case, I imagine, that she's mediating, or is it her
Family law?
Yeah, so I mean, you're talking about people's kids.
Yeah, visitation.
Yeah, but like, it's 7 p.m. Getting on future kids, maybe you wouldn't be getting divorced.
Yeah,
right? Like, you know.
Oh my God. I really hope this comes out after that deal gets done tonight.
This is actually a big bone of contention. I'm like, why don't you just stop? Like, I have client meetings or something. I'm like, it's 4:30. I gotta pick up the kids. I'm out. And like, they've killed somebody. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I told you 4:30. You were late. I'm leaving at 4:30. I'm way out of there. So, but she doesn't do that. She sweats out the other side. So if you go to mediation with her, bring snacks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's always the rule that nothing really happens whenever, the mediation is about to be over. And that's when things happen. So that's why it's important to set parameters so that people can focus.
Should we talk about our costumes before we get any further?
Yes, let's start. Bill, who are you dressed as tonight?
I'm in a bit of a pickle this evening.
And by that, I don't have my real glasses on. I've got these sunglasses. Oh, so you're dressed as a pickle?
Yeah, I'm a pickle.
But there was some shirt you had on earlier, and you said
I
it was like
needed something with black sleeves.
Okay, got it. So you're dressed as a pickle.
Yeah, and then we have Mr. Metzger. And there we go for Mr. Metzger.
So is this... Mark is, as always, dressed as Michael Myers. Mark, if you can talk or you can nod, is this the same outfit you had walking down Galveston Beach during the
hurricane? Gets me.
Yes. He nods yes.
Which resulted in some good... Check out Mark Metzger Hurricane Halloween outfit if you want to hear about that one.
Been in handcuffs.
That's right. And then, of course, we got Mark Thiessen dressed as Teen Wolf.
I love the 80s. I always got to go with something 80s.
Question, is it the Michael J. Fox Teen Wolf or the Jason Bateman?
Definitely Michael J. Fox.
This is a basketball outfit.
Yeah, basketball, the Beavers. Whoa, it's on backwards.
No, it's still right. It's Beavers. Yeah, it's there.
Okay. You just can't read it.
It's under your hair.
Your beard.
I was thinking about, you're saying if Tally could be a werewolf, what if she was that hot blonde girl that's the actress that he always loves instead of Boof? I mean, she gets screwed in the end and he goes back to Boof, but she could be the blonde girl.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It was like the popular girl.
The dragon guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great call.
Yeah.
You know what? Get her on the phone. We've got time. We'll be here.
Yeah, they can take a break.
Now, Pete, you are dressed as a very mustachioed
Bandit.
I've never been able to have a mustache before, so I'm trying to drink my coffee here, and my stash is messing with it. But I drove
in a Camaro.
So Texas played at Florida last weekend, and we were going to fly, and then decided at the last minute to drive.
You're kidding.
You drove to Florida?
We drove to Florida, so we were eastbound and down, and so of course when I started off, I had to annoy my wife by playing that song when we got on the road in our Hyundai Tucson rental that I went and rented for the drive. So it was not the Trans Am. It was a very sensible Tucson.
Did you drive one way and fly back?
No, we drove both.
Why'd you rent a car?
Just because, I have an electric car, and so I didn't want to wait and recharge it.
We forget how wealthy you are.
Yeah. And she has a Yukon, and it's just not a great driving car. So we typically rent if we're driving.
You went with Hyundai over a Yukon?
She did that. He did that. I didn't have a choice.
You're looking for big damages in an accident.
Yeah, I figured I'd call you guys if something happened on.
Hey, Mrs.
On
Taaffe,
I-10.
big fan of the Korean
So
bars.
you are a very svelte looking Burt Reynolds.
Less hairy, maybe more svelte. But anyhow, so we were eastbound and down, and I went on Amazon that night and said, I've got my
That's a great cause.
one. And I kind of thought you were supposed to dress as Buford T. Justice, but obviously you changed your mind.
No, he didn't change his mind. He lied. He does it every year. I've got an extravagant costume, and then he shows up in the same bunny outfit.
This is actually a new bunny outfit.
It was purchased at the same time. It's just it was for your daughter.
It might be a Care Bear.
You guys trying to hurt my feelings on Halloween?
I thought you were going for like
Halloween's not about hurting people.
a soft core Donnie Darko.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I bet if I put on Metzger's mask and this, I could pass for a pretty solid.
The fact that you think you could even fit in that mask is hilarious.
Because
That's a man's mask.
his head is too big or mine's too big.
No, I was talking just an arm.
It's a real one. Yeah. Okay, so everyone also, aside from being sad that Tally is not here, the audience is doing a countdown as to when Bill's mouth and Mark Metzger's hand will meet.
Again.
Here's a better bet.
Over under was 10 minutes, so what are we, about 4 or 5 minutes in?
Here's a better bet. Which happens first? Metzger puts a finger in somebody's mouth, or one of the people dressed in fur just strokes out from so much heat.
Starting to sweat.
It's somewhere between the Thiessen.
Fur was a bad choice. Fur was a bad choice. It's more like a northeastern Halloween costume when you.
Yeah, there we go. Good in Maine.
Yeah.
It's got Maine vibes.
What is what's the martial arts that you practice?
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, so could you do jiu-jitsu in that outfit?
Hello, Pete. You want you to step over here? He's going to show you. I'll pass on that.
Dad, do you like to?
You want to roll around?
Can you not roll around?
Let's roll.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
That would be good to roll into your jiu-jitsu class.
No, this is all one piece. I mean, it's the finest. It's not even fur. It's just it doesn't breathe that well either. I think
This vegan fur?
skiing in this.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think that would be a good idea.
This is my new spring skiing outfit.
You might be the first vegan werewolf we've seen. That's not even. I can't believe you didn't go with authentic werewolf fur. Sorry, we are having a bit of a bourbon tasting tonight, so it takes me a couple seconds to get my words right.
And Amanda's here dressed up. Amanda, what is it you're supposed to be?
She's Bo Peep.
Well, Dorothy.
Just kidding, Dorothy from Miller.
When it came in the box, did it say "sexy Dorothy" or?
This is not what.
Jeez, Pete.
Well, I mean, have you
I
seen?
thought we were keeping this PG. It's not even spicy, Pete.
Sorry, that's PG.
Is that sexy Peter Pan?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're sitting over there with that sexual mustache, and you're calling her sexy?
Free mustache rides?
Yeah.
I did buy a sexy mustache.
She's sticky. What it came from Amazon. It came with a little brush too.
Yeah, I bet it did. I'm sitting across from me. I should have sat over here. I'm getting aroused just looking at you.
I think that was a crab brush. That's how they used to.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Could be.
That's for how long would it take us to get to your
With the crown row, man. I think we learned about crabs in the 80s. I
don't think people have that
I
anymore.
don't think that's a real thing.
Yeah, it's not a thing anymore.
I always thought it was like cow tipping or snipe hunting. Like it's not a
Getting crabs?
Yeah, just like an old tail, like
An old wives' tale.
old wives' tale. You know what cow? There's no such thing as cow tipping,
What?
right?
Has anybody ever tipped? Well, I bet if somebody at the table was going to tip a cow, that was it.
Metzger just picks them up and throws them.
He wrestles their steers because he doesn't want to do the children like those rodeo guys jumping on tiny cows and doing it. You do real ones? Yeah.
You can't talk.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that. Oh, you got me again.
I killed a pickle.
All right, so you guys.
What are we talking about?
Well, I'd like to catch up with our friends here because, let's start with Mark Thiessen. Over the course of your times being on here, when you first came on, you guys were starting the personal injury practice.
Yeah, with Pitta, right?
And with Mike Pita. Yep. And that is, and it had grown, and you brought on Mike between the two times, and now Mike's been there a while. So how are things going with the personal injury side?
Things are going great. I think, I watched y'all's segment with Anthony Push, who's a good friend of mine, who is a fucking beast. So I'm like, sorry,
Jitsu.
dude. TJ brown belt in jujitsu and Olympic level judo guy. And during COVID, we were working out and rolling together. Didn't know where he'd been. He didn't know where I'd been, but we trusted it. And so we became good friends. We'd always been friends, but he opened his shop to us and kind of showed us about the pre-lit department, litigation, and I bounce ideas off him with marketing and everything. So we're in our second year. I mean, we're still negative, and I think we're about to get, hopefully we'll get even in the third year, and then hopefully that opens the floodgate. But I've learned a lot, learned a lot about marketing, pre-lit department, litigation department, how to structure this and how to just adapt. As Anthony was saying, the market change, you got to adapt where you're going to find clients. How do we find clients? We've had clients stolen from us, and I'm like,
Throw some names. I want to hear them.
but dude, I didn't realize, like, in the criminal world, right? Like, I get a call, like, I get a huge case, right? I get a murder, an intox manslaughter. I don't get a call that, like, Dick DeGuerin or Rusty Hardin's trying to poach my client, right? Like, the big dogs in criminal law, they're not poaching anybody. Oh, we're losing cases to runners from big dogs. And I'm like, what are you doing? You already have billions of dollars or hundreds of millions and billions of dollars. Why are you even worried about our little $250 million case, right? That doesn't happen in criminal world.
It's called a monthly burn rate.
Yeah.
The more money you make, the more money you spend.
Yeah, so that's been interesting that if we ever catch like a big tuna, like we're just hanging it from the shores, catching our 30, 60, 100 policies, making it work. But if we ever do get a big one, it's like, we better lock it down fast because there are sharks circling. And it's weird. It's like, why are these big guys stealing our cases? Like, that would never happen in the criminal world. They're beneath that. They're like, no, I'm not going to steal your case. They're going to come to me on their own.
When we get off air, I'll tell you why.
For the millions and billions. Yeah, but I get it.
Because in criminal, you guys typically will charge a big retainer up front, and that's locks you in, and then you've got it stair step. Whereas,
Well, we're allowed to do the flat rate in criminal, and everybody goes, why are you charging me a flat rate? I said, because if I charge you hourly, this is going to take forever. Economies of scale, we're allowed to charge flat rate so I can finish this as fast as possible, right? Those insurance firms are trying to figure out how they can bill up their time, so they want it to take forever. And then you guys, PI doesn't really care on the plaintiff side because we're just going to take a third. But usually we get to charge a big chunk, and I have to finish as fast as possible. These PI cases take a long time.
Yeah, you got to treat them.
Yeah, and then we got to, yes, you do.
Then you got to sit in line behind 2,000 other ones and get a trial date.
And then we don't get a trial date, and then they're going to play a game. So I thought I had one in the chute ready to go to trial in October, and we didn't get reached, so they kicked it down to February. And I'm like, I tell them it's like trying to kick Metzger's ass in George R. Brown. Well, first, if I push Metzger, he's just going to punch me in the face. All right, so it's trying to, like, that's not a good example because Metzger's not the big bad insurance company. Like, I kind of think of like an insurance company as kind of you're kind of pushing this guy like, I'm going to kick your ass. You're kick your ass. And you're George R. Brown. He goes, when, what are you going to do? And you can't get his back up into a wall to actually be like, now I'm going to kick your ass, because these insurance companies are like, go ahead. What are you going to do it? What are you going to do it? They keep moving around and you can't back them up against the wall.
Yeah, and guys, that's called a good Stowers demand.
Well, then you do that and we set them for trial, and then I can't get it we're pushing it to trial. You don't get reached,
That's fine. As long as the Stowers get loan, that interest is running, baby.
That's what I'm learning. So once we had it, and then when they come back and they go, we're going to give you policy limits, I'm like, no.
Yeah. That's cute.
Yeah. So it's been a learning experience. We're still growing and, learning, looking at different marketing aspects, which is always a passion of mine. But
marketing is,
we're still losing money in PI, but I mean, we're bringing in, but we have a lot of costs associated with, payroll and marketing and everything, trying to do it right.
you've got a lot in the pipeline, so that will, at some point, there'll be a huge tip once all the ones you've invested in start to.
That's what rich people say. That's what Anthony for years. You're gonna have a lot of money one day, Bill. I'm like, waiting, because I'm just filing them.
No, that's what Anthony said that. He talked about how they had 3 years of lean times, and then they kind of all start to hit.
Yeah, it happens, and you're doing it right. Your third year, I think you're gonna see, like, not only are you gonna get into the black, you're getting into the green real quick.
Well, please tell Thiessen if you're listening to this, because she's my integrator. Well, actually, no, she's our implementer at the firm. On the vision, I'm like, babe, just hold the course. We built a great machine. Like, do that. She's like, we are losing money every year. So, yeah.
I'm not going to say that to the camera, because the only person that scares me more than Mark Metzger is Thiessen.
I'll tell her she ain't gonna do nothing to this. Edit that out, please.
She's not gonna do nothing to this, ma'am.
No, to circle back to what he was talking about with the client stealing. Yeah, that it's funny is we're in criminal law, criminal defense, probably, highest burden in the land. You think, all the stakes are out there. I mean, people are not just losing their money, their children. But in our world, they're losing their life, they're losing their livelihood, and a lot of them have already lost it. Up until the point, not even talking about losing their freedom, going to jail. A lot of them have already been fired from their jobs. They've already lost their, family. They're going through a divorce. Kids have a lot of stuff has happened because of the arrest. And so you think, with regarding client stress levels and our stress levels and dealing with prosecutors, I mean, stress is an all-time high, but the funny thing is it's what I've experienced, some of the most ethical group of people, not only across the bar, but within our own bar organizations. And I think that's why a lot of people, they don't steal or poach clients so much, because if you have that reputation, we're going to see you in court. I'm going to see you in court. Mark can tell you there was times when I worked for him. I mean, I straight pushed a dude out of the courtroom one time. I dressed him down, cussed him up and down, put him out in the hallway. I mean, I have no problem calling you a, MF to your face if you're a POS in this industry. And we're going to see you at the Christmas parties. We're going to see you at the CLEs. You're not going to last long in Harris County Criminal Lawyers Association or in Galveston County or a lot of our part of Texas. If you're an attorney that's up to doing poaching clients, stealing clients. Now there's going to be guys that, will lowball fees when clients are shopping around, but that's different. They're not going to come mid-representation and poach clients like that, like they will in the civil world, because in the civil world, what I've seen, especially, I remember the first time I walked into the civil courthouse with Mark when I was working for him. And we almost saw just a knockdown, drag out fight in the hallway between two lawyers. It's between three lawyers. Like, it's a suit out of money. I thought you were going to be in our world, people going to be, prosecutors, defense attorneys fighting in the street. No, it's the opposite. We're the most, I think, from what I've seen, the most ethical, civil, gentlemanly, and gentle, womanly group of folks that I've seen. But in the civil world, I'm there. You're never going to see. I'm never going to see some of these big $1 billion names, these big, Billboard lawyers and stuff like that. I'll never meet them face to face. I'll never see them face to face. You'll never get into face to face. And so, they can throw those runners out there, take clients and have no repercussions because you can't touch them, you can't see them, and they don't give a rat's ass about ethics.
No. And so I think the reason is because just inherently on the criminal side, you guys literally are standing up for the rules, right? You take cases not because you think they're innocent. You take them because they deserve a right to a defense because the rules allow it, right? Y'all are a bunch of Boy Scouts over there. But
Constitutional is far.
Right. No, I mean that's genuinely what I'm saying.
Is that wrote the U.S. Constitution.
100%.
He's a defender of the Constitution.
Abraham Lincoln, criminal defense attorney. I've got the Norman Rockwell in my office. Really good for the defense. Oh, yeah. I know, not that one. I did not. It's a print. It's not even a very good one. But no, on the plaintiff side, Houston, and I've practiced all over the country. Houston, I think, is the most competitive market that there is on the personal injury side. And then, I mean, you talk about the types of lawyers that may or may not do it. You mentioned like billboard lawyers. The house billboards cost a lot of money. Like it's a you gotta keep going and doing this stuff.
We looked at that.
Talking to you, Anthony. Push. No, I'm just kidding.
We looked at that the other day because I was like, man, Stana's doing push and win. Brian White's everywhere, and I looked at it, and it was the good billboards are $9,000 to $15,000 a month, and I was like,
that's a deal for 15. I mean, you can go higher than that.
But then you're thinking 15. That's just one billboard.
Yeah,
you got 20 to, as Anthony was saying, he's like live lean that first 3 years. And any big case you get, build it in and build your coffer and keep investing in your firm, which a lot of people, which is another thing that we were talking about in my EO group, that if you make any money to reinvest it in your firm, like say you go get some badass real estate deal, you're going to get 20%. You reinvest it in your firm, you're getting 80% back, and it's like, so go and, they make all this, you don't want to get taxed on it. Where am I going to go spend it? Not on Lambos, not on, cocaine and hookers. Go spend it on billboards.
Luckily, we're too tall. Yeah. We're too tall for Lambo.
What is EO?
Too tall for Lambos.
Entrepreneurial organization.
Suckers.
Yeah. So you're in like
like small groups where y'all kind of trade aside, not just lawyers, but other industries?
Have you guys read the book Fireproof by Mike Morse?
I know Mike well. I've read it, and I've been. He just had his conference a couple weeks ago.
So I know Mike from the TLU, and I walked up to him like, dude, I read your book. It changed my life. Like, Mike Morse wrote a book, Fireproof, that is essentially EOS. So I'm in an organization called EO, Entrepreneurs Organization, which is just like YPO, what's the other one? Selfage or something, but YPO, EO. And then in there, we learned about EOS, which is just structuring a business like a multi-million-dollar corporation. Doctors don't do it because think about it. We're dentists, lawyers, doctors. We're professionals. We're not business people. But you make $1 million a year, you need to structure your professional practice like a business. And so we've been doing that with Mike Morse's, guidance. I read that book, and then that turned me on to EOS. But I'm a member of EO, where I hang out with 11 other guys. Once a month we get together. It's like a board of directors, and we're constantly bouncing ideas. One of the guys in my forum is Zach Oliva, who runs a big oil and gas firm in town. Yeah. He started from the ground up, and it's like a $40 million firm now in the last 10 years. And he doesn't even go to he's the managing partner, and he goes to work 1 day a week because all he does is work on the business. That's what his job is. He brainstorms and comes up with the vision and how to structure the business. That's all he does. And then Gibbs actually handles all the day-to-day, but he is traveling, working on the business, and they're scaling up.
So I'll be honest, that's what Bill and I thought this was, but Peter's like shit for ideas, like nothing useful.
Yeah, Peter just keeps stealing money.
I thought I was the Yeah, that's true. I thought I was the Gibbs of the operation, and you guys are is it all of it?
I'm the Steve Jobs, right? I tell you to put 2,000 songs on that box.
Yeah.
You guys figure it out.
Two visionaries. Look, one implementer.
Yeah. And Bill invented cell phones 30 years ago. And we were like, Peter, we just want a box that has like maps and internet and all your contacts in it. And we were like, just go do that, Peter.
It was me, Kyle, and Al Gore, and we invented the internet that night.
Yeah. And you know what we got out of it? Well, no.
Look at Kyle.
Look at guys. Yeah. Look at me.
Borrowed costume.
Just sitting here in a skin tight pink bunny outfit.
But on a serious note, Kyle Farah randomly grabbed a book. And one thing that you have to know about plaintiffs lawyers is we do have a lot of pride. Right?
And most of us don't know how to read.
The last thing we want to do is take advice from somebody else, especially like a Mike Morse or somebody else, right?
Yeah.
Read Fireproof. And I was like, we didn't even look at data. We didn't even know how to get our data, right? Oh, not at all, right? At all. And so we started doing that. But there's another book. It's by John Morgan.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's called You Can't Teach Hungry.
Yeah.
It's a short book. It's phenomenal.
It's good. It's good.
I read it, and
He's going to make you hire 1/3
like
years.
motivated to go be a better litigator.
Was it
Straight up?
Can't
Shout out to Morgan. Hey, John, if you want to come on the show,
Hungry,
love to have you. I don't know if you're still in South Florida or not, but if you want to come to Texas, we'd love to.
He's been on Tackle's show. I bet you he'd come on.
John Morgan was on Taco's show?
Yeah.
Taco.
Yeah. You just ask.
John Morgan was on the second best legal podcast in the greater Houston area?
Tackle we've established is the OG of
He is the OG, but
he's the founder.
But the MySpace. He's the MySpace. We're the Facebook.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Didn't
right? No offense, Mike. I love Mike.
Isn't Morgan's book say like fire 1/3 of your workforce every 12 months? Isn't that you can't teach
100%.
Yeah.
If you haven't tried a case in a year, fire them. Because you want to because if you put that pressure on your team to go try cases, they will. And when you try, the more cases you try on the plaintiff's personal injury side, the more money you will make. Hands down. If you settle everything, you're not getting your best dollar.
Same thing with criminal. I go,
and I know it sucks.
Why am I trying case and y'all aren't? And they go, well, we're just getting a deal. I go, you're not getting better deals than I'm getting because you're not trying the cases. I totally agree. Like if you're trying cases, you're going to get more money.
We're like our firm right now is having like a slow year. We've never had one where we're like we've only tried 2, and we're like, and we're looking at the future. And we're like we got to try a couple more before the end of the year because we're just freaking out because we haven't tried it out.
Your average recovery though will sustain that for a while.
No, yeah,
after
we're
like
right. We're not hurting, right? And we've settled a bunch of monsters now, and the Mitsubishi verdict has helped get really great money on these settlements and stuff. But we just haven't tried any, and we're not used to it.
Do you think it's now that that you're on that other side of that line, or you're on that side of that line, where the
letterhead
knows, like,
Yeah.
hey, fucking.
that's what we're afraid of. It might just be a fluke, but there is, we have discussed whether or not we're on the letterhead rule now.
What about this? Say you get like a monster case, you know that if you file it on your letterhead, they're going to pay you policy limits. You and I are like, hey, we're partners. And I go, you know what? Let me file the thing. You write the Stowers demand for me. I'll send it in. They'll be like, fuck Thiessen. Who's this guy? He's on the other side of the, you make it airtight Stowers. I send it. We blow Stowers. And then after that.
Hold on. Let me do you one better.
Okay.
Yes.
Handwrite the Stowers. No, hold on. Seriously. Handwrite the Stowers. Have your client put a stamp on it and mail it from his house.
Okay.
They will blow it. It's a valid Stowers.
It's a valid Stowers.
And then then goes trial and race.
Yeah, my gears are moving.
So how do you prove that it's sent and they receive it? You send it certified mail, receipt request?
You send one regular mail, and then you send one certified mail.
Okay.
And then my guess is have your client call the adjuster and say, hey, thanks for calling me 17 times to get my statement. What's your email address? And then you can send it by email too. They probably also have a fax hotline. You can send it 4 ways. They will not even read it. They will throw it away. They're blowing the Stowers. Go try your.
They won't even get to the bottom portion that says Stowers.
Yeah.
They're gonna look at, it's gonna look like.
I don't like to throw around the phrase genius, but sometimes it applies. Yeah.
Hey, British. I'll just
Any of my favorite first edition book, which is for law school. My parents got me a first edition of Gideon's Trumpet, which is, I believe that's where the writ of habeas corpus came from, right? Yeah. Like he hand wrote his own appeal, and it went all the way to the Supreme Court. Issue 1.
Don't you have like a signed copy?
No, they.
yeah. How do your parents know to even get that?
Well, one, I love first edition books, just kind of across the board. And 2, like when I was in law school, I would call my mom and dad and talk about everything I was learning in the moment, and they loved it. Which a shout out to mom, she's watching right now. And so yeah, they got it for me, and it's my kind of prized possession.
Cool. He also has.
Fort Acres just tried to take it from me a few times. He's like, "You're not even a criminal lawyer."
He also has a first edition of the
To Kill a Mockingbird. Yes, another. I got a first edition of To Kill a Mockingbird from my mom and dad as well.
I'm glitching.
That's the bourbon tasting.
No, that's the rabbit.
No, it's the
circulation.
She's dehydrated.
Circulation.
No, what Taylor Swift? She's got the first Taylor Swift, the first book she wrote. He's got a signed version of it. It's beautiful, actually.
No, Jesus. I was like, I didn't even know Taylor Swift. I didn't even know who she was until she started dating Travis Kelce.
She's highly literate.
Move the mic over to Mr. Metzger.
This is the Dirty Verdict After Dark.
Mark Metzger, what's going on in Galveston these days?
Oh man, where do I start? I got called 3 months ago. I don't know how they picked my name. I had to start promoting these bikini contests on the island. Has nothing to do with law or why I'm here. But
What kind of bikini do you wear?
I do the mankini, the whole like the Borat and style thing. Accentuates the abs I don't have anymore.
Something tells me you didn't have to order that.
A lot of people don't.
I just go to Thiessen's warehouse.
So a lot of people think Cisco was a one-hit wonder, but we all know Thong Song was just a start.
Yeah,
and I feel the same way about your bikini.
His second album is pretty much why I'm here today.
So what are these contests?
Well, there's this is burp.
I guess they lost their. What are these contests?
Do it like this. Go. You see something? So,
I heard Keeney.
What kind of car do these ladies drive?
Well, the thing is, remember, it all circles back to marketing. How do we market stuff? And in criminal law, I haven't made the jump to PI yet. But in criminal law, like I said, I'm learning from Mark. Mark hired me right out of law school. I learned everything I know in this business from Mark, and so there's a gradual increase there. So I think probably in 5 years from now, I'll probably make the jump to PI as well. But right now, I'm still heavy into criminal defense, and understand most of our business comes out of bars. DWIs, assaults, drugs. Usually all starts with alcohol and late nights. And so
Bill passes a.
And so they're one of our entrepreneurs on the island, a really amazing gentleman, amazing business owner down there with Yaga's Entertainment is Mike Dean, and he owns many different bars and venues and restaurants on the island, all wonderful places. And One of them happens to be the float bar pool, and it's right there on.
And if you've never gotten syphilis in Galveston,
Yeah, well, we're clearing up. They're right on the seawall. And
Actually, last time I was there was with my mom.
So they've got Yagas on the strand.
they've got Yagas, Tsunamis, I think Boulevard Seafood. They've got Beerfoot on the seawall. Float bar runs the Island Shrimp Festival. They're also the company in charge of Mardi Gras every year. So they're the preeminent type place on there. Kind of really, really good folks. Everyone just works
The
with.
people that run the
Yeah.
Mardi Gras?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was not the city.
No, the city. No, it's put on by a promoter, just like Lone Star Rally. And so, a few months ago, they tagged. I don't know how they pulled my name out of the hat, but they called me on a Thursday. Said, "Hey, you want to MC the bikini contest on Saturday?" I'm like,
I know how.
"Yeah, I'm divorced. I'm single now." I'm like, "Sure, I've got another." It's first, I guess. If y'all didn't know, now you know. I'm divorced, recently divorced, but I had nothing else going on. I said, "You mean judge it?" And they're like, no, host it. I'm like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah, Steve Harvey.
It's like MC it. I'm like, oh yeah, I can MC that thing. Not a problem. So I showed up, and the first one was kind of a disaster because it was me hosting it with my judges, but they're girls. And apparently it was just a cattle call. They're just like, whoever shows up, shows up. And I was like, that's not how you run.
say mean things at the bikini
Oh
contest.
no, it got
Are we heckling?
Oh, it was heckled. It was real. It was more like a bikini.
Can I?
roast.
You need a guest judge.
It was like, yeah. So I would love to November 8th. November 8th is the next one. But yeah, there was a lot of cows and tip there.
Mark, is there any video of this?
Yeah, there is.
Like on YouTube, you can find it.
One of our judges is an Instagram personality influencer. She's got like 85,000 followers. And so she was actually, her name is Mars Cambiano. I think the BMW chick is her tagline on Instagram. And so she puts on her stories.
Why are we still talking about that?
They provide the girl.
I haven't heard the name Ghislaine Maxwell in years.
They're paid employees that are there to put on a show, an event.
I don't know if it's
Now they're judging. That's all independent. That's done by local people, local judges, different judges every time.
Do you have any district court judges? Because we know a few.
I've asked some judges to actual judge.
I was texting one earlier as you sat down.
Of course, I keep it in the family first. I asked the judges. I asked a bunch of prosecutors. Nobody wanted to take part. I'm like, it's a classy event. It's a classy.
You know, there's a federal courthouse down there. You're gonna get Jeff Brown.
The quality demographic. And that's my job, is to improve the quality demographic of girls at this place, to improve the quality demographic of the people that come to the island, come to these shows.
You know what? November 8th, we'll see if I can get Jerry Robinson and Jess Jones there. We need some real judges to judge.
As I want to say.
But I'd love to see I'd love to see this segue.
I think we've covered the, as I can tell from looking at the BMW Chicks Instagram page,
His name is Mars. Peter.
there are different events that this group will provide. As part of it, they'll say, we have a bikini contest for different events. And so is that kind of how is that?
We can have a dirty verdict bikini contest.
Apparently,
Dude, these just become small business owners.
But it has to be hosted and sponsored by the Metzger law firm. And that's why I like it. The barbecue says, hey, come out. Like one of Thiessen's old famous taglines, you have a little more fun than the law allows, give us a call. And so that's why I started this, is when they called me, I was like, well, marketing opportunity for the law firm. It's at a bar. It's on my island, and so I saw it as an opportunity to get, swag in the bars, my name into the bars, more content to post on social media platforms. And so everything I've
that's great.
is another marketing opportunity for the firm. Hopefully you get a lot of criminal law out of it. And every now and then, maybe we'll get some personal injury stuff that comes out of the criminal law stuff.
Would you be interested in a joint venture during Lone Star to do something like this with the Law Tigers in Texas, which is us?
No.
Are you Law Tiger? Yeah, we own Texas. Yeah, we're the Law Tigers. Yeah, that's what I heard.
I have a different.
I did not know that. I'm gonna start talking trash about them then.
No, great fun. Hey, trash is up. We're doing fine.
Let me make an observation. If your mother, for instance, is watching home,
I forgot she was watching. Mom, let me just tell you something. One, these degenerates, they're not even lawyers.
Yeah.
I don't even think they went to law school. You think that guy went to law school? Please, no.
yes,
Mom, I saw your son crying in the bathroom at South Texas College of Law. Okay,
That was the first time he
It's just, I think he misplaced one of his first edition books and he couldn't find it, and he was just crying in the real bathroom right outside.
Well, I may have been crying in the bathroom because I was terrified of Mark.
Tally, we need you. I have a question for Josh and Pete.
Well, no, I was just going to say something. So it's hard for people to follow if everyone's talking over each other. Kind of like I'm like the court reporter who goes, only one at a time. I can only.
Everything was fine until I mentioned one bikini and all you.
And Joey, everyone got hopped up in there. You're right, Mark.
Sorry, partying.
Like Bill have taken to the point of grabbing the mics and holding them to their mouth. They're so
the whole show. And Peter, I just want you to know, I'm sorry I annoyed you with my friendship.
No, that's okay. I'm looking out for your mother, and because I know she's listening, I don't want her to be upset.
Hey, Bill, what's your mom going to be for Halloween?
Wow. I don't know. Retired.
Okay, so who were you? No, you had a question.
I did, but I'm going to let it go. Let's move on to a new topic. I don't want you to pick it.
I like to then put a bow around what Mark Metzger said, which is you got to be creative in marketing. It's a very competitive, crowded space, and you got to do something different.
Well, that's what's going on the island. That's, I guess, the latest and greatest thing over the last couple of months is this bikini contest promotion as a way of marketing the firm, getting into different venues, getting into different avenues for social media content creation. And that's kind of where my mind was when I started all this stuff. Uh-oh. He's got mom on the phone. Great. I'm going to hear about this now.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Mom, you're on the podcast with everybody for the Halloween episode. Say, hey, Mom. I wanted to know what you're hitting for Halloween.
My granddaughter picked my costume every year. One year I was a cow because she was cowgirl. The next year I was a witch because she was a vampire. And so this year she wants to be a zombie, so there's no telling. One year I got to be, she insisted we were all Barbies, so I pulled out an old fur coat and I was 1980s Manhattan Barbie.
And yeah, Kyle, that worked out the way you thought it would? He asked that right after we got done talking about Galveston bikini contest, Mom. All right, I love you. I was just getting you on the show real quick.
We all love you.
Baby, I love you.
Bye. Sorry about that.
Does she know you're a pickle?
Yeah, I sent her a picture before.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, so yeah, aside from that, Mark Metzger, what else is going on down in Galveston and with you?
Well, we just got a new district attorney down there appointed yesterday. Well, Jack Rody retired in the middle of his term, and so to take a teaching opportunity. I believe.
No, that's not true. What was the scandal that he was?
No, it's not again.
Really?
I think he got a teaching. Well, he was not running for re-election anyway, so he was retiring at the end of his term in 2026, regardless. And I guess he got a teaching opportunity at a Christian school down here in Houston.
Does Greg Abbott get to appoint?
Yeah, so I think there was 5 people who put in for it. He appointed one of them.
You can put in for it?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, so who is one of the existing ADAs got appointed?
No, there are 2 right now that are in the running for next year for election in general. And one former ADA and an existing ADA right now who's the first assistant, Kayla Allen. And you have Jennifer Ott as the other former ADA. They're running against each other. And I guess the thought process behind that is maybe he didn't want to give one of them a leg up.
Yeah, and then
come the opportunity.
Yeah.
And so those 2 females are still in the running for the Republican seat in the primaries next year.
So who was appointed?
It was Kenneth. I grabbed his phone.
I don't know who that was. Right there for his seat.
So, do you appear down in Galveston a lot, or mostly?
Galveston is one of the only counties I'll still go to. Galveston and Fort Bend.
Well, Fort Bend's pretty solid.
Fort Bend's great. Galveston's great. It's a pleasure working.
You don't like Wharton?
That's just too far. And then Montgomery County is miserable. Like,
nice courthouse though.
Well, I mean, it's great, but
it's tough audience.
I say it's the 3rd worst county in Texas to have tomfoolery in.
What are the first Polk somewhere in there?
Williamson's the first, where they literally hid evidence of your exoneration to convict you. Then I would say Colin and Denton up there.
Anybody named
Colin and Denton County are the second, and then 3rd is Montgomery County, but itching to be in the second. Like, they're just so reasonable.
One. That's impressive.
So I found
they have not caught yet. They're literally hiding evidence to convict an innocent person.
It's the new Galveston DA is Kenneth Cusick of Dickinson, who is a U.S. attorney office.
Yeah, he's a Texas A&M grad. He went to South Texas College of Law. He's also a former United States Marine Corps officer.
Nice.
He is with the JAG as well.
Isn't that what y'all say?
up until 1990. Then he's been at AUSA up until that point. So I've not met him. In fact,
He doesn't feel like your Marine.
He's a little older than Mark.
I believe he's in his 60s.
Do you still do that like Freedom Run or
Yeah, the Irreverent Warriors. Yeah,
What is it
Warriors, Irreverent Warriors.
Reverend
Yeah, you go to irreverentwarriors.com. It's a organization whose sole purpose is to prevent veteran suicide by bringing our camaraderie together through humor and laughter, and get a bunch of folks together outside of their houses. And we're this weekend we have a couple hikes. We're all over the country.
As a non-veteran, can I dress up in my stolen valor gear and come with y'all?
I wish you would not make it past the first hike.
Which is why
I would actually almost encourage that, because it would be a lot stressfully for those guys to like take out their. This is
Like, hey, I'm better than I thought I was.
yeah, they're gonna really.
Just so you know, I trained for a triathlon for 6 weeks before quitting, so pretty sure I'm gonna make it at least past one.
Yeah, I don't know. We got Marine Force Recon, we got Navy SEALs, Army Rangers, Air Force PJs.
PJs, those are
Those bad motherfuckers.
those are the quiet ones.
Yeah, but they
They're not good book writers.
All right. Legal question for you guys too. So Sean Tier has now been district attorney for, I don't know, most of the year, I guess since January. And he probably will come on again. Have y'all noticed positive developments in your interactions with that office, or prefer not to say?
I mean, I talked to Chandler Rain the other day, second in command, and Sean's an old friend of mine. Sean I've known since since Brown Sims days. Tier was a intern there when I was a lawyer at Brown Sims, and his uncle was a lawyer there. And so we've known each other forever. Philip Brinson.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, Brinson's his uncle.
Didn't you Brown Sims it up?
Oh, yeah. And that's where Cal and I were hanging out in law school, but we Brown Sims it up. So did Amaro. So did Brian White. There's some legacies in there. And
there's a lot.
Man, that's like the
If you've run across a really
Chris Collins.
God, Brown Sims is like the Ernie Canyon school of producing good millionaires.
it's the school of, but never mind.
Yes, we know what the school is.
Your costume.
But anyway, good. So I've known Sean Tier for a long time. I love Sean. I was very hopeful of him. I actually just talked to Chandler about this the other day. What I'm seeing Harris County do right now is negative. They are getting, it's aggressive aggressive prosecuting. And it's like MoCo, MoCo, your juries. Montgomery County actually is the number one most Republican county in Texas. And so
In the U.S.
Probably, and it warrants it. They want their DAs to be highly aggressive. And just telling you, like, I've talked to other lawyers in Houston, and we're seeing an upcharge of cases, like where a case will be indicted as, for example, I have an intox manslaughter, 2 to 20. And instead of, it was charged with intox manslaughter. Instead of doing that, they go get it indicted as aggravated assault, deadly weapon, serious bodily injury with family violence to get it 5 to life. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing, man? Like, this is just like they're upcharging cases. It's been a very more.
So you're not a fan so far?
Not so far. And I asked him.
Well, let me ask a question. Is it for particular kinds of cases all across the board, you think?
Across the board.
Although, no, I would say no, because I'm in there all the time. So the domestic violence is coming. It's become a lot more reasonable. Before, that branch was just highly litigious. You had to try everything. You're like, this is stupid. Why are we trying these cases? And they're like, you'll see what happens. But I think the people in play down in Galveston, they used to, because I'd go try these huge cases. I was like, what's the offer? And they said, there is no offer. I go, what do you mean there's no offer? They go, you get whatever the jury tells you. And they hired some people from Galveston to come over. And I asked, we're in the 10th and a half month, or technically 9 and a half. I said, out of intox manslaughters, how many probations have you offered? They go, do you, Thiessen? None. And I go, is it personal? They go, no. I go, how many have you offered out of anybody? I was talking to the chief of the vehicular assault team. I go, out of all the intox manslaughters that have happened over, like, how many have you offered in 10 and a half months? Probation? None. I go, you can't.
Do you think it's the pressure of the office?
I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's the first year jitters or something, or having to prove yourself and say you're tough on crime, but it's not, that's not Harris County. If you look at the demographics of a Harris County jury, they don't want to it's a very diverse group. They're not hard on crime. They're not like Montgomery County juries that are very conservative.
Bills are soft on crime.
Well, I mean,
I don't believe in crime.
you know, like honestly, here's the thing with like an intox manslaughter. You're like, I can't believe you killed somebody while you were drinking and driving.
Ooh.
It's like, I know, and everybody, it could happen to honestly any of us. You know, it's like you consumed alcohol and then you drove and you hadn't. It's not like you have malice in your heart, right? And a lot of people have never been arrested before. It's like, why do they need a prison offer? Why not put them on probation for 10 years where if they screw up, they go to prison? Like, not every case. So every case now on these intox manslaughters have 15-year prison sentences, no probation offered. I go, that's not the way it should be. And so it's you know, cases like that where it's like, you don't have to be an evil person to get arrested for that. It's happened to our friends, you know, it's happened to politicians.
Every day I was in law school, it happened to a law school student under me.
Well, it's like you said. I mean, you swerve right, you wake up with a dish with a headache. You swerve left, you might kill a family of 4. And it could be someone who could have barely been drinking. There's a lot of them out of the system. They woke up in a fringe place. They're driving home. There's a combination of they're also tired and slept. You know, there's issues with the blood test, the breath test, and they're right at a point of weight, or they're right below a point of weight, and they're going to try to, you know, strap that to above a point of weight at the time of stop. And then there's the people who are, they're, you know, 2, 3, 4 DWI convictions. They're blackout drunk. They're 0.32, but they're holding that same metric over everyone's head, you know, whereas everyone's getting 15 years. It's like, well, hold on, you need to break down these cases and look at the individuals and look at the facts beyond the case. And they don't do that. They're just looking at the charge and they're giving that offer rather than looking at how we look at it as, you know, well, this guy's got 0 priors. He's a point of weight, right? Maybe right below. There's some issues on, was he legally intoxicated or not? Issues with the breath or the blood.
So we've got a lot to talk about with
versus someone who's, you know, done this 3-4 times and they're 0.32 and it's 11 a.m. and they've been driving down the wrong way of 45 for 7-8 miles, causing all kinds of destruction.
this is driven down so land 40.
You know, a lot of people PU, but both people are going to get, you know, 15-year, you know, offers. Say if it flies on the upside side of the board, if you just have a class 3 misdemeanor DWI, or you the guy that fell asleep in the parking lot at Whataburger in the drive-through line at 3 a.m. They're all ours, 19-year-old college kid.
Or I would never fall asleep at Waterbury. They have exactly what I want.
Dude, I do look at it with a great. They just don't.
They don't look at the facts of the case. They don't look at the person, you know, behind the cause number, and that's what it causes us to do those things. And even then, they're still getting these high offers on these crazy cases solely because of the charging indictment alone, which is just shouldn't be.
I get that. I feel like, and I don't know. I actually wanted to be a prosecutor, but didn't get an offer.
You're a lot better off these days.
No, I think I'm doing.
I would say you're doing it all right.
But I
They're still playing.
I also have to look.
Also have to look. Hey, Thiessen's hired.
Your law tigers convert, and I'll get you hooked up with the DA. It's expensive. Case. It's real. It's not cheap. It's a lot of billboards.
I'll close the loop on that because we're going to have Sean on, I think, at some point. And Sean, to his credit, I think is very open to responding to
I was
those.
going to say, like, from his perspective, he also has to look at
and you're so
advising family members and stuff, and so that's a tough gig to be in. And so I don't know where the perfect pocket is on sentencing because it's not in my world. It's tough.
Sorry to interrupt. I want a little more heart from Sean, and I think Texas is screaming to go after violent crime, go after our murders, go after our ag assaults, go after these things. Don't go after the people that you're angry with, that made a stupid mistake like drinking and driving. Like, I understand DWI is a big problem around here and deaths happen, but it's not. It's never been more dangerous in Harris County with the murders, ag assaults, just random jugging. Like, I mean, you can't go to the Galleria anymore. Galleria is one of the biggest like crime spots in the nation, or in definitely in the city.
And then we need to wrap it up because it's late.
Peter, we don't want to wrap it up. We want to,
And we all are planning on going out in our outfit.
Double wrap.
We're okay.
we're going to keep talking.
Yeah. So how the immigration ICE crackdowns that are happening right now, how is that affecting y'all's criminal practice, if at all?
A new thing that they're doing, which is interesting. So if the DA gets a witness that is an illegal, they're allowed, and it came out as their firm policy, Sean Tiers, that are under their firm.
You mean undocumented?
Undocumented, yes. They give them a card that they're allowed to say, I'm a necessary witness in the case, and that way they can't get picked up by ICE, and that way, hopefully, it'll prevent their deportation. And I was like, are you fucking serious? No, you see the cards and everything, and I go, hold on. So if the DA is allowed to do this, what happens when I've got a witness? What happens to that defense attorney that my star witness is scared to come to court for being deported. Do I get that same
Is the
privilege?
GA not willing to give that same?
Fuck no, they're not.
Really?
That's bullshit.
I think that's I don't think that's.
And I'll just
If they're going to give them their witnesses,
That seems unfair.
yeah. So this is a big problem, and we're debating this right now. Like, and they're like, well, and I go, well, how do I know? Because all right, now who's not going to say I witnessed the crime? I witnessed the crime. I would need one of those cards so you can repet my deportation. So
Seeing the same thing on the PI side.
Yeah, it's an
Did you
issue.
witness this car wreck? No. Hang up.
Or hey, my name's Bill. I'm from a law firm.
what now if they
hang
get
it up.
protection? Oh yeah, I saw the crime, and I'm going to testify, and now I get this protection. Why did they get that and we don't? No, this is a huge problem. I'm just going to go out there and tell you, it's not my illegal or undocumented clients that are not paying my bills and everything. Like I'm telling my undocumented
Look, the first ones they pay.
yeah, they're really good people, and they've been here for years, and they're doing hard work and everything. And like I'm telling you, like this is a travesty. This
Look,
is
if you can't base your democracy off of performative cruelty, are you really even trying?
I think we need to go back to retributive justice. We need community panels to assess and monitor people and keep them honest.
Well,
especially for nonviolence.
Yeah. So we hear about people that are showing up to their regularly scheduled immigration hearings and being picked up. Have y'all seen anyone when you've gone to have an arraignment or something and ICE has been there to pick up your client?
I've not.
Or have you heard about that?
I've heard that. I have not seen it in Harris County.
I haven't seen it in Galveston.
I haven't heard about it or seen about it. I've just read about it. But
Shout out to Greg Abbott on that one.
We don't want to give anyone any bad ideas. Hopefully they already start doing that.
Oh, I'm sure they've thought of that one.
but it's just it's scary what's going out there. And like my immigration lawyer friends, because I got to call them, what are the immigration consequences before we do any plea deals? And they're like, Mark, makes the practice of law not fun when you can't even play on a fair field. Like you can't even do anything. And it's just the power's taken away. So like my immigration attorney friends are just completely downtrodden. They're just all ridiculous. Yeah, they're like ridiculous. Like we're trampling human rights. Like I'm just going to tell you, I'm not a big fan right now of that. So
the two immigration lawyers that I deal with for either clients or witnesses that I have to deal with, I've spoken to both of them in the past 2 months, and they both are completely different people. They are worn down and exhausted, and frankly, they're not really sure what to do right now.
Well, Mark Metzger, what's going on there?
I've had several recently that have taken time served deals, and not because that was the best offer on the table, and I was kind of cool. You know, we work for our client. You know, we give them all the options that we have, and these are legal options: trial, not trial. If it's not a trial, then we've got different plea deals, this, that, and the other, and a lot of them are great deals, great offers. I've had several that are great for trial that I thought we were really going to get not guilty on, and others that not so good for trial, but they were offered deferred adjudications or other types of PTIs.
What's a PTI?
Pretrial intervention, and Harris County is PTD, pretrial diversion. And it's a contract to get the case dismissed. Mm-hmm. And the client's like, no, I'll take a time served right now. I want a time served now because they feel that if you put them on some sort of paper, we put them to trial, that ICE is going to be there on the day of trial to pick them up. Whether that is or is not the case, and I tell them that's not going to be the case in most cases, I can't guarantee that, but it's what they're hearing on the street from everybody, what they're seeing going on in their states. And so they don't want to show up in court, and they don't want to do, if we have a great case that's not for trial, but a great case to get the case dismissed through a pretrial diversion or pretrial intervention case or through a deferred adjudication, they don't want that either. They would take the conviction and they'll take the time served because they feel if they're going to go on probation, whether it's deferred to PTI, they're going to get picked up by ICE when they come in for their monthly meetings with the community supervision officer. And so I have people out there that are taking convictions that they shouldn't be taking convictions solely because they have this fear of being deported when we have multiple great deals or multiple great offers to get the case to go away, whether through a not guilty or whether through a dismissal or some form thereof. But no, they'll take the conviction just because they can go in front of the judge, time served, they walk out of there,
get out of there,
statutory fine, and people are getting these records, and this is what's going to hurt them down the line. Right. Or if they didn't have this fear, now they've kicked themselves in the ass because they can't
pulled over for a speeding ticket and they've got a record.
Well, it's not that, but they kicked themselves in the ass.
One of the crazy things that I've seen from my friends that do immigration law is not just that they're demoralized and exhausted. It's that they're wondering when the prosecutorial power of the government is going to turn on the actual lawyers.
Yeah.
Like I have had people that I respect who are saying, I'm wondering if I'm jeopardizing my family by practicing immigration law.
Did you just see what Paxton released today? That
Yep.
was really see that note that he said that he's looking after domestic terrorists, protecting this kind of stuff, and we're going to be investigating our own citizens.
Whether or not we're aiding and abetting terrorism,
And then you're
under the Patriot Act.
and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like,
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure the rules are followed.
The enemy is, we've met the enemy, and apparently they are us.
Well, it's a challenging time, and thankfully the courts are heavily engaged, and even all types of appointees from different presidents are weighing in. So
Our client lists aren't even confidential. They can pull up our bar number in East Haven County. They can put our bar number to Harris County, Galveston County. Look at our client list, see what our clients are, who our clients are. This and that. If they really want to target attorneys and target stuff like that, those aren't even confidential. And like I said, now with these plea deals, now you're kicking themselves in the ass. If they want to become naturalized, they want to put in for citizenship. Now they can't because of this conviction on the record. It's going to stall them trying to do it the right way, which is what they've been trying to do.
I think now is a great opportunity for us to all go on the record publicly and say we've always supported the regime, and we're very excited about the future.
no, it's like it's just
you have to put that on so that they don't attack us or something.
Look, I'm just saying, I'm a metaphor.
It's not why I would say it. I would say
Pickle?
I legitimately am impressed with the ruling regime, and I've always felt like free speech is understanding.
You were saying, and I'm like, oh God, I thought you meant the other regime.
no. You can never understand what Kyle's saying.
Yes,
Kyle is a sad pink dog.
Sorry.
Nothing of it. Look, that is a dog. She's just or the dog snout. There's a dog ears.
We are all Peter Kelly, who does not understand Kyle's 5 levels of sarcasm.
Pink dog.
He identifies as a furry.
Yeah.
We identify as a furry, you rotten.
Actually, it's very true, Kyle. Mark identifies as a juggalo. You're
Trans furry.
juggalos are not the same.
All right, boys, we're gonna wrap this one up. A wild and raucous Halloween edition, as usual. Yeah. So,
Happy Halloween.
gentlemen, Mark Thiessen, what's y'all's website? Texas Defender.
Yeah, the Texas trial attorney, and I bought WeFightGiants.com.
Very good. Okay, Mark Metzger, Island Attorney.
TheIslandAttorney.com, hashtag the Island Attorney on all your social medias.
Yeah. If you've got a bikini contest that needs a celebrity judge, you know where to find him.
November 8th.
All right. So thanks, guys. If you follow us, like, subscribe if you want, at your own risk.
My mom got on this one.
Yeah,
This is the worst one to bring my mom on.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Ogden, for a special appearance. Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, YouTube, Spotify, everything, every place you can find us, we'll be there. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Good night.